You ever worried about your CVT belt overheating? Well, I'm Alan with Pecker Off-Road, and I've come up with a better solution for you. So I'm not the first one to come out with this, which most of my products are unique. This one, I've just made it better than everybody else. So your normal hose that goes from your air filter housing down to your belt box is this tube right here on an X3 Can-Am. It's fine for most occasions. The problem is when you're idling any CVT belt, it has fins on the clutch that once they rev up, they move the air across and then out the exhaust of the belt box. Well, at idle, they barely put out any airflow at all. So if you've ever been out there and you've smoked your belt, or you're in some iffy situations, or you forget to put it in low range when you should, your belt gets really hot really fast. And after long, hard runs, you're running 60, 70, 80 miles an hour, you want to let that belt cool down before you just shut it off, and it heat soaks. Damages your belt quite a bit, takes the life out of it. Well, with this, putting a blower motor in line in place of just the regular tube greatly decreases the belt box temperatures. So what we've done is we have the same thing as our heater kits as a chill out blower motor. For the heater kits, it's a 3-inch blower motor, 180 CFM. Here we have a 4-inch blower motor that is 285 CFM. So the other blower motors on the market, they're in the low 200s, 225 most of them, CFM. This chill out blower motor has 285 CFM, and it really cools. If you've ever put your hand in front of the belt box output of a Can-Am at idle, you can barely feel anything coming out. With this thing, it's blowing 25, 30 times more air out of that box. At mid RPMs, it's still greatly improving the flow, even so much that it helps blow the dust out of the box. At high RPMs, it probably evens out somewhere in the upper RPM range. If you're desert racing, you know, running through the dunes at 60, 70, 80 miles an hour constant, it's probably not doing a lot while you're doing that. At lower RPM, so you get done with that big run, you want it to cool down quick, that's where this thing comes in. If you're East Coast rock crawling, this is going to save your belt dramatically. It's going to keep the heat out of the belt. For instance, we just came back from the mountains of Tennessee, and the previous trip I had gone up there with this installed. I watched my belt box temperatures. Now it's a sensor in the belt box, not the actual infrared sensor on the belt, but the belt box temperatures were in the low 100s. The next trip I went up there for a week with this blower motor installed, our kit, and the belt box temperatures were in the low 80s. The ambient temperature outside was 20 degrees warmer than the previous time. So at 20 degrees outside, they were running at 100, 105 degrees. At 50, 60 degrees outside, they were running 82. So apples to apples, you're probably looking at a 25 to 30 degree decrease in the belt box temperature with this blower motor installed. So our kit comes with everything to delete this pipe here. We have a silicone reinforced hose that goes at the top with some hose clamps. And if I can get the plastic off. So at the top, we have a silicone reinforced hose that goes in place of this one here. It goes same diameter basically, new hose clamps. So you can put one of these on here, tighten that down. Then you have the chill out 4-inch blower motor that is directional. So there's an arrow on here. You'll want to mount that with the wording pointing down. So you put that on there. You can put one of our clamps with the thumb screws on there. On either position, doesn't matter. You can slide that on first. And then put your other one on. Then on the bottom, see if I can get this plastic bag off easier. You have your second reinforced silicone hose. It has 4 or 5 layers of reinforcement in it, so you'll never blow it out. So you put that one on there on the bottom with the clamps. When you pull your belt box off to blow out the clutches or anything, if you put this thumb screw one on there, you don't even need a tool to get it off. You pull this one off, put the other one on the bottom, that stays with the belt box cover, comes right off. So that stays hanging there. This you'll want to wire up with a 10 amp fuse to your bus bar, so it's keyed on power only. So when you come to a stop, instead of letting your machine sit there and idle to cool the belt down, which there, as we already know, there's not much airflow over it, with this huge amount, if you don't pull the key out and you just hit the button, the bus bar stays energized for about another 30 seconds. So this fan keeps running for 30 seconds. It's gonna cool that belt right down. So you put that in there, simple install, goes on, put your clamps on, and goes right in place of that one. Wire it up and you're good to go. Again, go to your key on power, 10 amp fuse, save your belts, save your ride. This is Alan with Pecker Off-Road. Like and follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We're on all the platforms. Thanks for watching.